Hi, I'm so calling Johnny. I'm so calling Johnny. SUV Racecraft Commentaries. I'm sweating my fucking ass off right now. But I just finished with Camera DDR. But I'm pressing my luck with these donations. Thanks to Blonde Stick for holding the camera. And just to show my appreciation.
He's thinking I'm the trashier and he is a game reviewer.
Hello, this is Blast6, and I'm here with Dark Umbreon and Fan Loser, and I'm going to be discussing with them how my convention experience at A Video Game Con 2018 went.
Hello, everyone.
See,
So I wanted to go to this video game convention a while ago, and so with the help of my dad, getting me the hotel room for free. Well, for free to me. For him, he was just spending reward thingies on it. I managed to get a full night in the hotel right nearby, but I did pay for the entire entry fee of $45 for the weekend for myself, and I also spent all money that I had. Well, no. I I um, I brought all my own money for souvenirs. So, all right, let's see. I drove to the venue. I drove to the venue. I dropped my stuff off at the hotel room and made my way down to the convention hall and with backpack and bag in tow. I met up with a couple of I met up with a couple of people online for the convention itself, and they were like, "Oh, they actually recognized my Dead Luigi costume almost immediately." With the thought of Smash on the mind, for most people, I thought it would be a really good idea.
Yeah.
So after that, we went in, and I noticed a Daisy cosplayer like right next to registration and ticket, right next to registration and pass buying and stuff like that. And I thought to myself, I have to do this. So I got a
All right.
so I got a picture, and we entered the hall, which was which had three main rooms. Well, more accurately, like three main event rooms. Like there was the main room, there was the main room, there was panel room 1 and panel room 2.
All right.
I arrived there at 10 o'clock sharp, or if not a little bit earlier. So I had I'd say a little less than an hour to browse the vendor halls and the game demos, which there were a lot of them, from Battletoads and Battle Maniacs to Castlevania Rondo of Blood, Sonic 1, 2, and 3, and Katamari Damacy. From pixel art to plushies to custom art to pixel art. It was all there. Except for an Amy plushie, because dear God, I really wanted one and they didn't have it.
Well, I have Amy plushie, but it's a little worn down. She's a little worn down.
Yeah, anyway, so, so, I,
Been with me for years.
and there was also tons and tons of games from the past 30 years. And I even saw E.T. for the Atari 2600.
Yes, could label one of the worst games in video game history.
Yeah.
one where it actually did was buried in a New Mexico landfill.
Yeah. Anyway, I came across several copies of the same game, mostly multiple copies of Pokemon Red, Blue, and Yellow. Game Boys of all shapes and sizes, SNES, and Nintendo Entertainment Systems, GameCubes, limited edition versions of N64s, all kinds of stuff like that. Tons of controllers, and this one thing that converts GameCube graphics to 1080p, 60 frames per second. Well, just 1080p. All types of things. Let me see. Okay, so first day of the panel, I met with Some Call Me Johnny, and got not only a couple pictures, but also got him to. Well, at first he was playing DDR, and he was sweating a lot. He noted. He himself actually noted that. I swear to God.
Lucky you ended up meeting a YouTuber that I've actually wanted to meet at one point.
Yeah. He was really nice, even though I was really even though it was kind of weird and obnoxious and stuff like that. So I attempted to donate my copy of Sonic and the Black Knight to him, and then he said that he was going to revisit Sonic and the Black Knight in next year.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Nice.
And so I didn't even need to donate the game. He was gonna revisit Black Knight anyway. Even though he says it's a bad game, I still stand by. It's much better than Secret Rings. Even though the gameplay is more mindless than it probably should be, like swinging swords, it's more precise than Secret Rings. Well, more accurately, it's more controllable than Secret Rings. Because at the very least, you can fucking stop and move with a nunchuck.
Yeah.
And plus, it features it features Blaze. Why would he not like a game with Blaze in it? Oh, then again, there's Sonic 06, so. Anyway, I'm sure he'll at least say it's better than Secret Rings.
Yeah, you may say that, but we will see that part later.
I honestly think it's another Sonic Chronicles of the Dark Brotherhood scenario where he just hasn't gone back to the game in so long, he just doesn't remember exactly whether or not it's better or worse than Secret Rings. It's worse, trust me. I traded in my copy of Secret Rings as soon as I figured out what the hell it was happening.
Sadly, I still have my own copy.
I might get Secret Rings if it's like $5 in a bargain bin. I'll bring up another funny story about Sonic the Hedgehog games a little later, but for now, anyway. So he said that he wouldn't be able to sign any of my. I also attempted to give him a copy of Kirby's Dream Collection, that one Wii game that has Adventure 1, Dreamland 1, 2, 3, Superstar, and 64.
Yeah.
I don't remember exactly what happened. I believe he might have said that he might be visiting Kirby next year. I'm not entirely sure on that. I'm not entirely sure. But he did say something like it. I'm not sure. Like maybe he said that I don't know, after Donkey Kong I might be going to Kirby. I don't know. But I believe the next marathon he's doing is a Pokemon Generation 3, Generation 4 marathon in January. After he gets through Mega Man X8 and Mega Man X8 and Network Command Mission. Though at the panel itself he didn't have a review prepared. Mostly because he was like, oh, this is like a short notice thing, so I'm just going to give everyone games if I like your questions. Basically, it was a Q&A for the duration of it.
Alright.
Let's see.
Luigi.
Okay. Two questions. One, will you be collaborating with Ted or Gareth, for example, for reviews in the future, like Brain Scratch Crew, Hellfire, all that stuff?
Okay. So when it comes to collaborations, I throw the idea out there, but I also sometimes don't bother, because at the end of the day, you know, my favorite type of people are those that think that SGB or BSC live in the same house and we all have the same schedule. We're not doing anything. They're like, we just get, you know, can you call up Gareth real quick and tell him? He was like, yeah, I'll go wake him up after he's taking care of his kid. Like that. If I think I can make it work, I'll at the very least ask.
Okay.
You know, would you like to at least cameo in this video? And they say, yes, sure. We can work something out. We can write a script together, give me ideas. We'll shoot the shit back and forth. But if no, then we move on from there. And sometimes I don't bother because I realize that their schedules are like Gareth. I love the man, but he has a wife, he has kids. Well, he has a kid, and probably doesn't have the time for that sort of shit. You know, it's like I think he struggles enough with that TCR. So to ask him to take more time out of his schedule for my little project, I in a way seems selfish. So I tend not to bother.
Do you follow any animators on YouTube like Jaden Animations, The Odd Ones Out, Let Me Explain Studios?
I don't have any animators I directly follow all the time. Even if I do, they probably get buried in the sub box or notifications. Honestly, the only animator I really follow in any capacity is Chris Oni. Because we're pretty good friends, but that's about it. I would say Egoraptor, but he barely animates anymore. I don't blame him though, given how the climate's changed throughout the last few years. But he was a big one back in the day. Yeah, honestly, just Ego and Chris. I want to say those are two major animators.
Thank you.
No problem.
Anyway, so what was it? Okay, so basically just, I tried filming a majority of the panel, but my recording basically cut out at 15 minutes. So I wasn't able to get all of the panel, but I'm definitely gonna like splice in footage when I can, whether or not in this video or like just like a montage video of what happened.
Did you say video?
And we are now joined by DJ Starflight. We're just going over what I did during the convention.
How'd that go for you?
So as I was saying, let's see. Okay, so after the panel, people lined up to get stuff signed by Johnny. So I took out my 4 games. Well, actually, wait. At the end of the panel, I was actually gifted a copy of Marvel Ultimate Allegiance. Wait, no. I got the copy right here. Marvel Ultimate Alliance for the Xbox 360.
Yeah, I highly recommend that game, actually, because that is a great game.
Marvel Ultimate Alliance?
Yeah, it's a great game.
Johnny said it was a piece of crap.
Well, that's his opinion, but to me, I enjoyed the game.
Anyway, I got that, Kirby's Dream Collection, my Mario Mania copy of Super Mario Sunshine, and my copy of Sonic and the Black Knight, all signed by him.
Nice.
And I got one final picture before we parted ways for the rest of the con.
Alright.
Alright, let me see.
Also,
I have a list of...
I just read from the voice chat text channel saying AJ for Smash.
No, thank you.
Why?
That's Topaz's job.
It says blah.
Hold on.
You said that.
Alright. Okay.
You can't get away out of that one.
Alright, hold on. Okay, so after the Johnny panel, let's see. I believe I might have browsed the vendor halls a bit more before going to the Ask a Professional, Ask an Eye Doctor panel, which I shit you not was actually pretty funny. It was literally a professional eye doctor telling people about the effects of video games on people's eyes. The long and short of it was video games are beneficial, but in moderation, as is anything with a screen. And it is recommended that if you do feel eye strain, like for every 20 minutes you look away and stare at something blank for like 20 seconds and then you look back. Let's see. It was actually pretty funny. Okay, what next? Anime Parliament.
What?
Allow me to explain. So basically, you can accuse characters of video games, anime, movies, TV, or anything of actual real-world crimes inside their video game world. Like, for example, we actually accused Frisk from Genocide Route of Undertale for being a cold-blooded murderer.
That is a crime technically.
But there was this one game that involves chicken. That involves a chicken being ordered around by a sunflower to go into cheese mines that respawn cheese to steal diamonds from robot mice being built and to guard these cheese mines by someone else for breaking and entering, theft, and destruction of property.
What the fuck? I never heard of this.
Exactly my reaction when I heard about this game. I can't remember what the hell it's called, but it was so insane. I brought up the argument of Waluigi, whether or not he deserves to be in Smash or not, and we decided that he does.
Yeah, but sadly, it's the Big Daddy Nintendo will not to grant us that wish.
Ideally, the kind of case I was going to bring up was the misuse of the character of Amy Rose in the Sonic franchise, along with Cindy Robinson for misusing her roles in two separate occasions. For the roles of Amy Rose and Hinoka from Fire Emblem Fates, or more accurately, Warriors. But they said real world people cannot be charged with anything.
Sorry, dogs.
But it's okay. I'll find a way to vent about that some other time. There's how to be a video game player, which at first I thought it was just like, okay, so how to dress like them, how to look, how to be like them. Turns out it was a workout regimen thing. But it's not as far-fetched as you might think, because it's actually a lot closer to what I originally had in mind than what it was.
Yeah, stretch those fingers for hitting the buttons.
So, for example, I brought the character of Ash Ketchum into the idea. So they came up with like positive things about Ash, like how he's a good leader, how he never gives up, and stuff like that. I brought up several times that how he's literally a chick magnet. And so the workout regimen that we came up with was walking a lot, because he walks a lot. And then also came up with like intersplicing that with running and having weights on your back because his backpack.
And not to mention some arm exercises, like some pitching.
Oh yeah. We actually brought up a like that adult version of frisbee as well.
Mm.
Yeah. Okay. So after that, Hate to Burst Your Bubble, the game show, which was basically all of us just answering trivia questions about media from the 80s, 90s, and early 2000s. I think I got at least 5 of them right, or I answered 5 of them and got 5 of them right. I'm not sure. It was pretty okay. Then I attended the very short cosplay masquerade at 7, which was about five groups of performers. Number 2 went to like a training, like a person cosplaying as a training person from Final Fantasy 15, like this girl in armor.
Yeah.
And the winner was like a really good, a pretty good BioShock Infinite dance routine with 2 Elizabeths and one Booker.
Be real quick.
After that, I went out to dinner at Longhorn. And then when I came back, I went to the Drunk Control Live panel, which was basically had just like I'd say about 2 or 3 people drunk and just talking about their YouTube channel. I kind of thought it would be better than, well, different than that, but it wasn't. It was basically just them talking about the YouTube channel. I asked a question or so, and I actually got a copy of Shadow the Hedgehog for the GameCube.
Oh boy. Alright, that is considered. Shadow the Hedgehog is considered the black sheep for the GameCube era.
I swear, I will get Johnny to sign that when I see him next time. Also, I will also attempt to get a better camera thing going next time.
Anyways, let's see here. What else is there?
Oh, right. Okay, so that was day 1. Let's
Day
see.
2.
Day 2, I browsed the vendor. Earlier today, I browsed the vendor halls for a little bit, and then I went to Name That Tune Video Game Edition, where I crushed it. I absolutely crushed it. I named about 10 different themes from 10 different things. The one regret, I didn't get Last Surprise from Persona 5. I wasn't quick enough.
Oh no!
It's okay though. I had plenty of M&Ms and Reese's peanut butter cups to give to people. I made out with 3 Kit Kat bars though. I'm glad I was able to give plenty of candy to people. Let's see. After that, was Voice Acting 102 Beyond Powering Up, where I learned quite a few good things and good references to have in terms of voice acting. Like, I took a lot of pictures. I wrote down a lot of websites, a lot of people I can look into. And it was a very good experience. And heck, it might actually help me work out my recording setup from now on. I would of course need a better environment than this. Most likely an isolated corner. Anyway, after that, let's see. After that, I believe. Oh yeah. I played a bit of Smash Brothers in between then and the Angry Video Game Nerd panel.
Oh boy. I thought the Angry Video Game Nerd panel was fun.
Yeah, but I didn't stay for the entire thing, which was my biggest regret. Because the panel I went to in the middle of it was the Tournament of Voices. I was planning on winning. I was so confident that I would win. And then I get called up to do the voice of Cynthia from Pokemon.
Oh no! Oh
Against
no!
3 girls.
Shit!
I did a Mario impression, and I lost.
Oh no!
And honestly, 2 minutes after that, I fucking gave up and just left.
Aw.
Like, honestly, there's no point in staying after I would be lost. So, I completely regret not staying for the Angry Video Nerd panel.
Yeah, you should have never noticed that only blurred the person's voice.
No, the thing was, I was at a severe disadvantage. It was 3 women against 1 guy, well, 3 women and 1 guy, all against each other, doing a female voice.
Yeah, but
I was impossible to win. They had other things like Alucard and Dracula for 1 round. What was the what was the other one? Kefka Palazzo. Like, I was severely at a disadvantage.
What?
I lost a video game voice tournament thing because I had to voice Cynthia with 3 other girls.
Rip.
Yeah, I know. Just goes to show Cynthia's not the best champion. And anyway, anyway, after the, actually, like before I came into the convention today, I checked out of the hotel. And I was allowed to keep parking there until after I came back. So I handed in my pass and left. Went to dinner, got some gas, and then came home, and now here I am.
Yeah.
Of course,
I got a question for you. If you could go through the convention again, but go through day 2, would you still do the tournament and the voices all over again, or would you still go to the Angry Video Game Nerds?
It depends on whether or not I would know the outcome. It depends whether or not I know the outcome.
I would say kind of like how Frisk uses their rewind powers. You would still know the outcome.
I would easily just stay at the Angry Video Game Nerd convention and leave early. This way, I would at the very least be able to maybe have James sign my copy of Shadow the Hedgehog and then leave.
Yeah.
And then I would be able to leave a bit early. And maybe not get through the fucking traffic that was very prevalent in that area.
Yeah.
I was considering for a while just buying a Game Boy, like a legitimate original Game Boy, and well, Pokemon Yellow. But I realized I already had Pokemon Yellow on Virtual Console, so it would be kind of pointless.
True.
And honestly, my only real big regret was not going with someone else.
Nah.
Like honestly, I was gonna meet up with somebody, but they got sick, so they couldn't meet me.
Rip.
So I guess that's about it. I guess I'll be posting like a separate clip or a separate video of the entire haul that I had for the convention. It was a pretty sizable haul for my very first time at a gaming con.
I will confess something here. I've never been to a convention before, and oddly enough, odds are I'm never gonna end up in the convention because I will never have the money to get it nor the transportation.
I'm sorry to hear that.
I've been to is FedCon.
Anyway, I'm gonna just end. I'm gonna end the recording now, and I'll tell you 3 what I got right before these guys. Exclusive first look for them. Nah. All right, this is Blostix, and Alright, this is Blah 6.
Nah, this is the Dark Umbreon 95.
Some just call me fan.
It's your boy, DJ Darklight.
And I would have won with my Joker impression!
Hello, this is Blah6. I'm going to make a very short video on my haul of a Video Game Con 2018. Let's start over here on the left. Well, obviously, aside from the popcorn I got from the hotel room, I have a Daisy and Hammer Kirby plushie, both of which were very nice and very high quality. I do believe that the Daisy one was $17 and the Hammer Kirby was, let's see, I don't remember exactly when. I believe it was possibly 15, I'm not entirely sure. Next, we move on to the games. I got Shadow the Hedgehog as a prize in the drunk panel. New Play Control Pikmin 2 for $35, which I do have the digital version, but I love this game so much, I just really wanted a physical copy again. The Simpsons game for Wii for $10, and Resident Evil 4 Wii for $10 as well. Let's see, pixel art of Tails, Knuckles, Luigi, the Keyblade, Tails, Knuckles, Luigi, Doctor Who symbol, Doctor Who logo, Fennekin, Mimikyu, Pikachu, Sonic, Amy, and keychain versions of pixel art of the Keyblade and the Smash Ball, or more accurately, the Smash Brothers logo. Cards from vendors and any miscellaneous things. A really cute pin of Rainbow Dash looking all, oh no! And signed copies of Sonic and the Black Knight, Super Mario Sunshine, a copy I won during Mario Mania, Kirby's Dream Collection, and Marvel Ultimate Alliance, which I got at the Some Call Me Johnny panel, all signed by him himself. And finally, a black GameCube controller. Yep, a black GameCube controller for about $15. I was lacking in ones that actually worked functionally 100%, so there you go. And that's basically my haul for the game convention, a Video Game Con for 2018. Hopefully next year I'll bring more money and get more stuff, and hopefully I'll be able to do a better video next time. So thank you very much, and I'm gonna lie down and rest for about 50 hours. Tiny addition onto the video, these are 3 Kit Kats I won during a trivia panel of video game music. And here are my 3 pals, Oshawott, Scootaloo, and Rainbow Dash, just hanging around. They're not real, I get that, but still, these 3 really helped me out during that night during the convention. Anyway, I mean it this time, that was everything, as well as those, and I will really rest for 25 hours. Have a good night.
Well, that's all, folks. That's my line. Step aside, babe. Let a star do this. That's all!
That's all, folks!
Can I go home now?